जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत।
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दियो।
Well, Roshan turned his magic button on, but then Surya came and said, "Main hoon na." What a knock, because I could just sit and watch this all day long. Just so beautiful to watch. We must get a good insurance for both those risks, for Suryakumar Yadav and for Rashid. Welcome back to Cricbuzz Live. I'm Saiyami Kher and I have Joy and Pommie with me. Quickly, we're going to do something in 30 seconds. You all have to give one adjective for Surya's innings. Quickly, one after the other. You can't repeat it. So once you say it,
I said scintillating.
Okay, quickly.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Delicious.
No, there is a word called super.
Everybody have to go on. This is the game. You keep going.
Scintillating, super, fantastic,
No,
fine,
it's repeating.
brilliant,
No, sorry.
exhilarating.
Pommie is the winner because you used his word scintillating.
There you go. I was
That
the
was
winner of
quick. I thought
something
we were
else.
on for
too.
longer.
I could have gone on for much longer. You just stopped me there.
Yeah, but you used his word.
It was supposed.
I didn't know that I was not supposed to use it.
It was supposed to be a sparring session. You know, like.
Okay, next
All
time.
right then.
Next time.
Yeah,
Well,
next
you
time.
give us the rules.
Actually,
before.
no. We stopped. Surya didn't clearly do it.
Surya just didn't stop. 218 at the 20-over point. Suryakumar Yadav just stands out there. His first IPL century. Surprising me say that because he just comes and performs. But yes, it is his first IPL century. 103 is what he got. And Pommie, congratulations. But this is for Surya and for Pommie.
No.
Well.
No. I refuse to share my applause. No, actually, what I refuse is to be mentioned anywhere near the same sentence as a man who has just mesmerized us. And not just today. I mean, day after day. What did we say? We said he was the man of platinum, right? And we said, like, game after game, he does things like this. And he took it to another level today. And the last, 3 innings? If you go last 3, you sort of go, man, can this guy get better? And each time he keeps coming out and he does even better than he did before. And this is obviously, one better in that he has the time to get to a century. If we think back to where Mumbai were and what we might have had in our minds with regard to whether they would get a score that was competitive or not, you couldn't have dreamt it, right? It needed him to bat a long time in order for them to get past 200. And they've nearly got to 220. So, yeah, absolutely fantastic batting. And this is why he's the best in the world.
If you look at that closely, you see 16 to 20, 67 at a run rate of 13.4. In the 16th over, there were just 2 runs and a wicket, which means in the last 4 overs, 65 was scored. 65 was scored in the last 4 overs. It was an absolute massacre. And, the best part of it was, forget the superlatives. There was one particular shot where he went and he drove it over third man, and I didn't know what happened. So Pommie said, no, just wait for the replay. Wait for the replay and see what happened.
And just watch the wrists.
Yeah,
And just watch the wrists, yeah.
And just he went like that.
It almost feels he's got like chewing gum on his wrists because it goes everywhere.
And
He's
for
like,
me, the
"Take it
shot
here."
of the game after that was not Surya's shot. It was Sachin Tendulkar showing
Yes.
that he did this and marveling. What did he do out there?
Yeah.
When Sachin Tendulkar is awestruck sitting out there, then you know exactly how brilliant that was. It gives you, this one gives you goosebumps. This absolutely
But like Pommie said, he came in that time, which was a tricky one because they were 3 down. And at the comm box, we said, can Surya get them to a respectable total? And he's gone much beyond what we thought he would do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the best thing is that he didn't allow the run rate to go berserk, didn't allow them to, the spinners at that time, Noor Ahmed's bowling, Rashid is bowling. He kept them in control, and what happened out there was Rashid bowled his third, the 9th. And then they held Rashid back, Hardik Pandya, saying that if Surya is out, Vishnu Vinod is out, at Cameron Green, we'll bowl him at Cameron Green and Tim David. It actually did work because when Cameron Green came in, Rashid Khan was brought on and got the wicket. But Surya did so much damage at the other end that it didn't matter that much. So though they got it right tactically, it didn't matter simply because, I mean, Surya was just so brilliant, he just kept going.
Well, you know, I can obviously, not I, we can go on and on talking about this innings because it's one of those historic knocks that you will want to remember forever and go on talking about it. There are two people who got 50s as well, but they're in the bowling card. Let's have a look at the bowling card because we have Shami who, well, went past the 50 mark and also Alzari Joseph. So everyone was really expensive except, of course, that standout master Rashid Khan, because in spite of 200 and whatever runs that whoever scores whatever runs, Rashid is always there with the wickets and a tight economy.
And remember, we say many a time when you turn up here at Wankhede, you say, oh, I don't think that the spinners, you know, will have a lot to say in the game. And yet, when you look there, it's the two, and they're wrist spinners, and that's something to say as well, and that they're not just finger spinners who will just get dispatched all over the place. They're wrist spinners, and both of them pretty good and having a good season. So, yeah, 4 for 30 in a game where 218 has been scored. That's fantastic. And he just keeps on giving, doesn't he, Rashid Khan? So if you take those away, just imagine what Mumbai could have got. So that's how to look at it, to say, yes, it might seem like it's nothing right now. It doesn't matter, everybody else fetched. But if you take that away, imagine what they could have got, because they could have gone that bit harder with more wickets in the bank. But he got those wickets to slow things down and only allow a short period of time for the attack from Surya and whoever else who was at the wicket.
You know, Joy, we always speak about this, that Rashid comes and does exactly what he does every single time, but no one just can pick him, because even the 1-2 Rohit was such a beauty, and then to Ishan Kishan, he went for the sweep, but I don't think he picked him at all.
They picked him at all. Two things. One is they don't pick the googly, much of a difference. Secondly, very fast arm speed. Thirdly, what he does very well is he bowls wicket to wicket. So what happens is, you're a bold candidate, you're an LBW candidate, or if you nick it, you can get caught. So he always keeps, because he's bowling those lengths, he's always keeping 3 options open. And that's exactly what happened. So if you're trying to sweep him, every time you try and sweep him, you're at risk, because you could top edge, you could get bowled, or you could get LBW. And that's the greatness of Rashid. He'll just go inexorably at you, forever attacking the stumps.
Yeah.
And bowlers who attack the stumps with his accuracy, his speed and his variation are so difficult. So that's it. Everyone knows the Rashid book.
Yes.
You know, this is what he does, this is what he does. They still can't do anything.
Yeah,
Well,
and that's the key, isn't it? That it's not like it's mystery anymore. It's not a mystery. But despite it not being a mystery, you say, okay, here's the book, study, come and write the exam. The exam's very difficult because the ball comes at you really quickly unless you are picking it. And because of the fast arm action, the fast arm action means you can't really be sure which way it's turning, if it's turning at all, right? So if you're not sure which way it's turning, which side are you covering? And if it goes leg spin like normal and you're covering googly because that's where your stumps are and that's where your pad's going to get hit, then your edge gets taken because it doesn't turn a whole lot. It simply just goes away from the middle of the bat.
Yeah.
And he's done so well and been mentor in that team to Noor Ahmed, who before when he turned up used to bowl and loop it up, and has watched the master at work and no doubt had these conversations and gone, well, actually, if I bowl it faster, does that? Yes. If you bowl it faster, there's less time for them. They can't get at you and you get them out. And so now Noor Ahmed is also bowling that much quicker, but still a work under construction and sort of, and I tell you what, together, I'm just looking ahead at like next season. Good luck.
You know, we should actually loan some Afghani spinners to come in, because Harsha's told me how there's some 250 Afghani spinners, I don't know who he was chatting with, but we've always heard that practice makes one perfect. Rashid is a fine example of however big you get, it's practice makes one perfect, because I read somewhere that he uses bottle tops and he puts them at the length he wants to bowl to, and until he doesn't keep getting those bottle tops, he doesn't get out of practice, which he still does in his off season. So he's just a master at work and master behind the scenes, which I really admire.
No, absolutely. And to do it consistently over a long period of time. I mean, Rashid burst on the scene in 2017. And this is 2023. And we still look in, just again, he's a goat. Again, just the consistency and the number of wickets that he's got year after year after year is absolutely amazing. And that's what he does so well. He never. So, I mean, again, you talk about Chahal not being retained. How is Rashid not retained? I mean,
Well, he's a purple cap holder now after today's 4-wicket haul. So the purple cap's gone from UZ to Rashid.
You know what he's called? He's called Mr. MVP.
Yes.
And he is, because everywhere he plays lots of leagues, and every single league, be actually good to check that, you know, he's probably won that award in every single league.
Yeah. Won't be surprised there. Well, we saw a masterclass by Surya, but there are two other batsmen in the Gujarat playing 11 who put on a masterclass in the last match, because Shubman Gill is somebody who always looks in control. He looks completely dominating, and there was Riddhiman Saha who contributed as well in the last game with a 80+ score. It was a 140+ partnership, if I'm not wrong.
142,
so,
yeah.
142. So it is going to be a very evenly poised game, considering the depth in batting that Gujarat has.
yeah, this is a high-scoring wicket. This suits them. The ball comes on. There was no real dangers in the track. And have a look at that. I mean, 274 runs for Gill. Saha 409, and that would be the surprise. You know, those are, of course, the figures versus Mumbai. And look, I think Saha, that average that tells you that, you know, 37, he likes batting out here. Obviously, this strike rate is not great, but this is a strike rate over a long time. So this is not the strike rate that he's been going at for the last 2-3 years. His strike rate has been better. And of course, Gill has played far fewer games, but at average, the strike rate of 135, I think he'll enjoy batting on this surface. Both these players like true surfaces to bat on. And I think this surface it's got some bounce, but it's a true surface. And I don't think they'll be terribly scared of the bowling that they're facing at this point in time. But the point that he made again, that another reason that wrist spinners work also is that, you know, they get a little bit more bounce on this kind of track, whereas the fingers don't, which is why Piyush has also done well for them out.
Yeah.
Well, so Piyush Chawla is the man to go to for MI.
Yeah, he's in wonderful form. And he's gone quite nicely this season. Old Man River sort of thing, you know, keeps on flowing. There have been a few of those, right, around this season.
Well, he's the king of the middle over, as our producer calls him.
Yeah, the trouble today is at the end of this innings just gone, already the bowlers were kind of wiping the ball.
Yeah.
So that's something to watch, and you wonder if it'll be a problem at all, and that's why you win the toss and you decide that you're going to bowl first. It's difficult to protect a score, to defend a score, and the dew does come, you know, and when the dew comes, it makes it easier for batters to bat, and more difficult for bowlers to grip the ball, and also it's not going to spin, it just skids along, and so people can play through the line. So yeah, it's going to be important, whilst the ball is still quite dry, to try and do damage early, and then put them under pressure that way and sort of build from there if you're Mumbai Indians.
But Joy, you know, the heavy lifting has always been done by the MI batsmen, and the bowling department has been on the weaker side. The stats show us that as well. So big pressure on the bowlers today again.
Yeah, and again, you look at the bowlers, and, you know, if this stat tells you anything, the other thing is that of the 6 games they won, all the wins that they had, as I said, were, you know, only one of the wins was batting first. I mean, they are a chasing team because of that batting strength. So now the bowlers will have to come to the party to restrict. And I think it's really important how the tempo of this game is set, because Gujarat, given the total, Gujarat has to get off to a flyer, 60-70. So you're going to get chances. The batsmen up front have to take chances, because the target is too high for you not to play correct. You can't play correct now. They'll have to go when the field is in. And that's your opportunity as well. So you might go, but it's also, you know, you can get nick-offs, there'll be opportunities. The batsmen will give you chances. Mumbai have to hold every chance they get.
Well, Joy Bhattacharya has given that clue of 60-70 is what he's thinking of for the power play predictions. But we will go with winners first. And our winner, Pommie Mbangwa, the winner for today's prediction game.
Oh, so you want me to predict again?
Yes, the winners go first.
I'm going for 50.
I mean, did you think you're not going to play the contest just because you won, Pommie?
I have to give everyone a chance. I don't know.
I love how the humility comes out in this prediction game. It just happens.
I'm going with that one, you know, give everyone a chance. Okay, I'm going for 54.
Okay, 54.
61.
54, 61, and I will go with 65. I'm just going to take the risk because I've learned my lesson. Michael once said, take risks in life. So it's going to be 65.
I would like to say that you've quoted Michael a lot here. Does he say a lot of things?
He gives me a lot of lessons.
Life lessons.
Like a lot of life lessons on Cricbuzz Live.
Okay, yeah.
And she's helping launch his acting career. You haven't heard about that?
No, please can you tell me? Please,
This
can
is
you-
a lot.
please tell us.
We'll discuss this.
Please tell us.
We will
acting
discuss
career.
this.
No, I'm sure everyone wants to hear it. Everyone out there. I'm very sure everyone wants to hear it.
It's not signed. The contract of his paper of his movie business is not signed, so it's hush hush. There's a lot of discussion going on.
Okay.
We're just joking.
Okay, no, wait. There's no acting career. No acting career, okay?
He's not going anywhere. He's going to be with us on Cricbuzz Live. But we need to go and eat our dinner. I'm very hungry, and there are other people who are hungry. That's Shubman Gill and Ridhiman Saha. So they're going to go out there because they are hungry for runs. Let's see who gets what. But don't forget to join us at the 10 over point at the Cricbuzz Combox.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दें